Hello, this is Åsa with a Sunday spotlight at the Crafty Maven Getaway. My name is Åsa Malm and I'm from Sweden, and Sweden is a country in Northern Europe. It's as far to the north as Alaska in the States, and I live in a town called Sundsvall by the east coast of Sweden. I like it here, and I live together with a small family of 4. It's me and my hubby and our 2 kids. We have a daughter who is 7 years old and a son who is 4 years old. And we live in a greenhouse in a nice and quiet part of town. And we love our garden, and we love the summer when we can be outdoors. In the house I have a crafting area in the living room, and it's a combined computer area and crafting area, and we have a special table there that we can do crafts by. And hubby and I have our computers next to each other. I have one of these. It's IKEA Råskog cart that I just bought, and it's the newest part in my crafting area. My other supplies are stored in a cupboard just next to my the computer table, and I store everything inside that cupboard. And I'm very happy about my storage solutions, and I'm pleased to have everything so that I can lock it in there. I actually have locks on all my drawers and the cabinets itself. And I'm one of those scrappers that like to not get too much stuff, because I can't justify that to myself. So I try to keep it to what I'll be using, and then I like to go on long breaks in my shopping just to make sure that I actually use up what I have been buying. Since I have everything in the cupboard, and all the stuff that I own, I need to take it out of the cupboard. I like to store it in boxes and containers that are easy to pull out, and it's been something that has been working really good for me. I store my die cuts in file folders with Ziplocs, and I like these special jars that have been oregano and barbecue spice. And this is the storage for my scraps. I try to keep my supplies at a minimum, so this is my collection of project life cards and my paper pads. I also enjoy that everything is in these sturdy boxes from IKEA. They are from the kitchen area, and they are really nice. This is my collection of thickers. It's not a big collection, and I have some kind of an hate-love relationship towards thickers. And here you can see my homemade pen and tool kind of storage, and my lovely jar of twine. I have a YouTube channel, Scrapbook and Create with Åsa, and I film my videos by my desk, either putting my phone in this device, or I sit by the table by the window, and I have this kind of setup with a tripod and my telephone on a flexible rod. And now I'd like to tell you a bit about my scrapbooking style. I am so in love with multiphoto, and I like to cram as many photos on to a page as possible. And I can, like this, I think it's 10 photos on the same page, and I love it. I take a lot of photos, and since I got my smartphone with a really nice camera, I take even more photos. So I like to capture the whole event on one page, and then I like to use a lot of photos. I also try to be kind of new and inventive when I scrapbook, so that every piece is different from each other, and that you still see the photo as the most important part of the page. I love to make themed layouts and make my own embellishments, just to make my pages personal, like I made them. And I also like the simple ones with journaling, and just let the photo tell the story. I have a couple of other styles that are they come back in my scrapbooking, and it is the 3-photo layout to start with. I think that 3 photos is the best to capture a whole event. If I want to get the whole family into one page, I usually need 3 photos, and I like to place them side by side, like in this one, for example. Just tape them together to form one photo block, or like this on top or above each other on a row, or like this side by side. It's a layout type that I always come back to, and I love how I can tell a whole story by using 3 photos. Often it's 2 photos with people, and then it's an environmental piece as well. But sometimes it's just 3 pretty photos of my kids. This is perhaps my most common type of layout, 3 photos on a row. I like my titles to be big and bold, and I think it's part of the style that I'm using, that I try to create like magazine pages. It's my scrapbooking is pretty much my fancy magazine about our life, and I like the magazine style of titling, really bold ones, and I often use black titles just to make them pop even more. Since I use a lot of photos, I fill up my pages pretty much with these photos, and I'm not very good at empty space or white space, because I usually don't get any white space left. Sometimes I think that I get by with 2 photos, and this is perhaps the second most common style in my book, and I make these at the same kind of style as the 3-photo layouts, and just fill in the gaps with more pattern papers. I seldom leave empty space. I like to fill up the pages, and if it's not filled up with photos or embellishments, it's filled up with a piece of pattern paper instead. In contrast to many other scrapbookers, I love to scrapbook photos of myself. I think this is kind of a therapy for me, because I want to remember me in that situation that I took photos of, and it has become like a diary to me, and also a way to kind of ground myself in time. Once in a while I make single photo pages, and it's mainly portraits and pieces of photos of my kids and my family and myself, and not that much of like sightseeing and traveling. So it's mainly those moments, the everyday moments, and the portraits that end up in single photo pages. Like this, for example, with these kids having a moment in front of the TV, and this portrait of my daughter. And I love the one photo page as much as I love all the others, because I get more room for all the other stuff that you have in your scrapbooking. I also like to experiment and do crazy stuff, like this, for example, with all the small details, and this with a huge mess of twine and charms, and this attempt at watercoloring together with a photo, and this dream catcher that I made on a piece of cardstock. And this part of my scrapbooking is growing more and more, and I love to try new things. Here is where you find me online, my YouTube address and my Instagram. And this is another photo of me shopping for scrapbooking supplies. Thank you so much for watching me in the spotlight. Hope to see you soon again. This is Åsa. Bye!